Hello and welcome to Odin, Once Upon a Dreadful Night, our TTRPG actual play podcast using our own system, Dreadful Nights. I am your game guide for today, Ryan Nikolai, and I am joined on this night by our lovely victims. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan Holloway, and I'll be playing George Blackwell, an archaeologist.
My name is Helen Berger. I will be playing the character Molly Magnuson. She is a social worker, and she will be accompanied by the lovely black cat, Bogart, or Bo for short.
My name is Darcy Briggs, and I'll be playing David, a liability concerns technician.
Why, thank you, everybody. And now that we're all well acquainted, why don't we jump right into things? Tonight, we'll be starting a two-part or perhaps multi-part story using our homebrewed game system. It's designed for thrilling stories with chilling consequences. For a full breakdown of the rules, you can keep your eyes peeled for a recording where we explain the mechanics in full. But for now, we'll all do our best to explain different pieces as we go. Without further ado, let's find out what will happen once upon a dreadful night. The Norbridge Incident. That's what people have started calling it. One of the most profitable research institutes in the country goes completely dark over the course of a few days. No emergency alerts, no radio transmissions. The silence speaks where the institute doesn't. Someone needs to find out what happened there. But it sure as hell isn't going to be anybody at Norbridge. So, any and all resources are being called in to find out why. It all started with an excavation out east, when someone brought back something that they shouldn't have. Whatever it was, not 72 hours after its arrival at the Norbridge Institute, communications going in and out had ceased entirely. We hone in on a medium-sized ship traveling through an incoming storm system. The authorities are on their way somewhere, but given the storm, their transport will be staggered. May as well get the work started without them. So, the ship we find ourselves on rocks turbulently across the waves. An older sailor guiding the ship, Don, shouts back to you all, his salt and pepper hair and beard threatening to come off in the wind as he shouts to hold on as you crest one last wave before seeing the island the Institute rests on come into full view. A large harbor on one side waits for your arrival. The boat sneaks into the harbor and finds its docking point, much like the dark clouds overhead as they blot out the last of the sky. You all are helped off the ship by Dawn, one by one, having not had much chance for conversation thus far given the wind and travel, and are now stood amidst the pouring rain, a path behind you that leads up to the glow of the Institute's lights beyond the trees. You hear Dawn's voice, barely audible amongst the wind. "You go on up that way, I'll stay docked till you're back." And you are left there, probably with Bogart shielded under an arm from the wind and rain.
I pull out my poncho from my bag and I just cover myself in it.
Fabulous. Yes, George comes prepared.
You guys have ponchos or umbrellas or something?
No.
Right then, I take off my poncho, offer it to the lady. There you go.
keep your cat nice and warm there.
A gentleman, thank you.
You're welcome.
As you get protected from the rain, you all begin up the path towards the Institute. You see this very angular, large, square concrete building with many windows and different designs of glass across all the walls, some sort of skylight design overhead. And you guys approach as this stands on its own among a sort of forested area of this private island. And as you guys get closer to the Institute, you spot a figure up ahead, somebody who seems to be at the front glass doors, their face pressed up to the glass. And they turn around. You see a woman in a sort of long trench. It sort of pulled up over her sort of dark brown hair in a messy and dripping wet bun atop her head. Some glasses on her face and just rather respectable clothes underneath. She turns around and says, hello, you must be sent here to assist with looking into things. Sorry, my name's Cassidy Darwin. Pleasure. She holds her hand out to shake anybody's hands amidst the rain.
So shake hands. Cassidy, I understand you have been expecting us and our expertise.
Yes, absolutely. I just, it seems that I found myself unable to get past the front door. Might any of you have a way in? No, anybody been giving keys?
I would take a step back and examine kind of the door and the setup.
Well, I haven't been given keys. I suppose I could break my way in if necessary.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Am I to be led to believe that the person whom we are sent to be met, that the person we have been sent to meet, does not have the key to the institute that we have been sent to investigate?
Well, I am the on-call crisis analyst, so I don't reside on the island. I just got here a short while ago, and yes, presumably I thought somebody would at least be here, at the front desk. Usually there's somebody at the security desk there that buzzes me in, but
there's nobody there.
no. And as David is stepping back, sort of looking over the building, giving it a quick once over, you can see that this area, that this part of the building seems to be single floored but high ceiling. There is this front wall is just sort of solid stone, apart from the large glass door and accompanied windows, and there appear to be a few windows along the walls. Presumably they go around the corners and edges of the building that you guys can't see from where you are, and there is sort of glass portions of the ceiling that you can see the light piercing out into the sky from. And upon looking through the glass doors past Cassidy, you see this large reception atrium, very clean white marble floor, a front reception desk with a sort of security area, it seems, behind it. There's little terminals, and beyond that there is a very secure large door that seems to be shut. And other than that, the rest of this room that you can see is rather nondescript, not very decorated. A few plant pots symmetrically aligned across the reception, but no people in sight.
I'll walk up to the door and rap on the glass. Ah!
There's no response.
Now, Miss Darwin, are there any other entrances or exits to this building? Any other ways someone could get in or out?
There's none that I've been informed of that spring to mind, other than perhaps we could try, the windows. They don't open, but, we could, I suppose we could always break our way in. We're here to get inside. In any case, so his, this man's suggestion might be the best one after all. Unless anybody has a way to open a door from the other side.
I could potentially send Bo in. Hey, Bo? You think you could get inside through a window?
Bo looks up at you expectantly, and you get the sense that he's confident at finding his way in places that he's not supposed to.
Mm-hmm. I'll take the bag off, place it on the ground, and give him a nod.
Okay. Bo walks off into the darkness, begins sort of trotting around the building.
And now we wait. Although, it will be nice to get out of this rain.
And I will get you in this moment, on behalf of Bo's expert search, to pull a singular block for us.
A singular block.
And as you pull that block, I will collect a tension token to be used later at my own disposal.
So it begins.
You, a short few moments later, you hear from around the right side of the building, just like,
Around the right side of the building?
Should we follow the cat?
Of course. Lead the way, sir.
Right.
I would take up the rear of this group.
Fantastic. And Cassidy Darwin walks one step ahead of you as you guys in line around the corner of the building, and you see Bo standing atop a large tree branch that is angled. You see it seems to have been a branch that has snapped off of one of the trees, and a portion of it is jammed into a window that's been shattered.
Good boy, Bo. Come here. Back into the bag.
And hops back into the bag, curls up.
We found our way in. And I'll walk over. Is it like gravel or...
Yeah, a bit of gravel right in this area. There's some shattered glass, of course, below the window, but the tree branch can be sort of climbed upon to get through.
Crunching as my heels wobble across the gravel pieces. Look up and... How am I going to get up this tree? Start climbing up in my heels.
Fantastic. Yeah, you start climbing upon this large branch that's lodged itself into the window. And I will get you to go ahead and pull 2 blocks to navigate the branch and traverse yourself through the window without getting harmed. And I will collect another token for myself.
We're already wobbly. That's not fair. Somebody tinkered with this, I swear.
Ooh, I'm sensing an early demise.
No, never.
You guys see that this woman, Molly, with her beret and her blonde finger waves, cinched trench coat, heels, bag on her arm, clambers onto the branch and wobbly-legged sort of slowly scrambles her way up and gets to the window, to which you see Cassidy sort of takes off her trench coat and throws it up to you to be used to put over the edge of the window so you don't cut yourself. And you're able to sort of slip your legs over and drop yourself down into what appears to be a restroom, as you land in here amongst some glass sort of shards amongst the floor. You see large mirror on one side and stalls across the other. Beautiful white marble floors in here as well. Some like dark oak wood walls, and it's pretty warm in here comparatively to the storm raging outside. And I suppose Cassidy takes up the initiative to follow in behind as she clambers onto the branch and follows in Molly's footsteps.
I would follow Cassidy, so I'll go next.
Fabulous. I will get you to go ahead and pull 2 blocks from the tower as well. I'm connected on 2. Oh, it's already. This has me excited. Oh yeah, gorgeous. Yeah, you see David in his full suit, red tie, hair slicked, gets onto the branch and very nimbly toes his way up, steadies himself, and does one quick hop through the window to get inside. And we have George in the rear.
That would be a cinch. George walks up to the tree and starts climbing like an expert.
Fantastic. Pull a single block for me. The outdoorsy George.
George,
Oh, climbing up that tree. Guys, this is too early for this to be happening. Somebody's gonna get a careless injury.
Yeah, it's already.
Okay.
I've been there way too many times. David, George.
You guys see George very swiftly, like David hops down into the bathroom and lands, and just as he's straightening his posture, George already has swiftly gotten through with much ease. And you guys all find yourselves into the bathroom.
In the meantime, I've lit a cigarette.
Yeah, you get in to see Molly leaning on the counter space in here.
Excuse me, ma'am. Mind if I have my poncho back if you're going to be smoking?
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you for your kindness. Much appreciated.
Anytime.
Well, Miss Cassidy, it appears we're inside. Where to now?
Well, just outside the bathroom door, we should be in the executive corridor. So I will just head down to the end to the security checkpoint, and I should be able to open up to the reception atrium from there. And then there is a terminal in the atrium that should be able to provide some more details. I can have a look into it. This way. Opens up the restroom door, and you guys step out into this long hall made of some nice, rich, dark wood. Very bright lights on. There does not appear to be anything out of place. There are paintings and photos hung along the walls, and Cassidy strolls on down the hallway past a number of doors on your right, some of them unlabeled. As you get further down, you can see that there are sort of gold-hued metallic plaques on some of the doors listing names and titles, such as like the facility director, the deputy director, chief scientist, administrative secretary. And Cassidy continues past them, heels clacking and echoing through the halls here.
Cass, if I may.
Yes.
Seem to recall that in the message, they mentioned that the whole place had gone dark. There's no signals in or out.
Yes, that's correct. That's what I've heard as well.
And since you got here, you've not met up with anyone from inside?
No, there's been no sign of anybody. Of course, from outside, looking in the windows, you can only see so much. But I did do a once-over when I got here, and it appears that all the rooms that have windows on this floor are unoccupied. And of course, you saw the reception atrium. not a soul.
Where could they have gone?
Well, there are most of the Norbridge facilities are actually underground, so there are multiple basement levels, basements 1 through 4.
Right, okay. So they could all be in the basements then, is what you're saying?
That's very likely, actually. There are a number of sort of private containment spaces and emergency lockdown areas that some of our researchers or security team members could be holed up in for whatever reason. It could even be perhaps that the elevators and doors have just had a jam. We won't know until we get further in.
They were researching the artifact that they had brought in recently, were they not?
Yes, I believe so. There's all manner of research being done, different projects being worked on at a time, but that was a big area of focus as of late. It's suspected that some of the experiments to do with that may have caused whatever sort of technological malfunction may have happened.
On the fritz, as you said in your letter.
Yes, on the fritz, absolutely.
Can you tell us anything about the artifact, or is that all classified?
Well, I don't actually have a whole lot of information on hand about it at the moment. I do have access to a lot of the facilities, terminals and stuff. I can access the information that's in there, but since I am on call and have not been on the island, I have not had direct interactions.
All very interesting, isn't it, David?
Incredibly so. And I picture us kind of having this conversation as we're continuing to walk towards the terminal.
Absolutely. You guys make the end of the executive corridor and turn into this area where you can see it shifts to very sturdy, cold steel structure as you enter this security checkpoint area. And Cassidy walks on in and pulls a little piece of paper from her belt, unfolds it, and punches in a code. And you see that the sort of large blast doors of this security area shift themselves open mechanically, revealing a pathway through some security checkpoints and a little room into the actual reception area.
Was David able to see the code as it was punched in?
You can go ahead and just pull one block for me.
What does the fall mean? You gouge your eyes out.
Yes. You get a migraine. Okay. She punches in. Just as David does just a quick glance, not having to strain too hard, very, very subtle. Glance over, and you see she punches in to this pad. The number is 5782.
How many security codes do you keep on your person, hey, Cassidy?
Well, I only keep the ones relevant for this floor, which the only sort of code that you would really need is for this blast door. Everything else I should be able to access from any terminals here. And there should be, there is, as you proceed further through the facility and use the elevator and the stairwells, there is a keycard access. So we'll need to probably get a keycard to go further down.
Then we should make that our next stop.
All right. Well, I suppose, despite the fact that there's not a lot of people up here, that there should be a keycard lying around somewhere. I'd maybe suggest, while I check out the terminal, if anyone wants to go take a look and rummage through those offices we passed in the executive corridor.
One more thing. Is there a PA system in this building?
There are intercoms. Yes, I can use the security terminal here to see which ones are accessible.
Well, if we could maybe try and contact some people through the intercom, maybe tell them to come up to the top floor. It would make finding out any information a lot easier.
A splendid idea. Make sure there truly is no other souls, as you say, in this building.
Yes, I think that's wonderful.
Say souls like that. Never mind it.
In any case, she walks through these security doors and into the reception area, where you can see this. There's the reception desk, and then behind it, closer towards you guys, this desk similar to it, but with these two older terminals. And she grabs one of the wheelie chairs and rolls herself up, tucks her hair behind her ear, and starts clacking away. Working away on the terminal, and after a while she it seems like she notices that she's not hearing anything and turns around and says, "It's going to take me a minute if you want to look for that key card."
Yeah, sure thing.
Lead the way.
That's exactly what David does. So I just go towards the key card.
Fabulous. You guys retrace your path back to the executive corridor, and you see that there are about 10 rooms, including the restroom that you guys entered from. There's the director's office, deputy director's office, chief scientist, administrative secretary. Then there is an accounting office, personnel office, a executive conference room, an executive lounge, and a break room.
The executive office. The first one. The one that sounds most important.
The director's.
The director's office.
Yeah. You guys go up and see that the door says like A. Hartwell, Institute Director, and you guys go to the door, and it is locked.
What kind of lock is it?
This one is just a regular key deadbolt.
Just a regular one? I feel like David could break through that.
All right. Fabulous. Yeah,
I know what that means.
Molly's just going to lean up against the wall, watching as David tries to break in through the door.
As Bo 2 watches, you can go ahead and pull a block. Let's pull one. I will collect it.
Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do, no?
Why are you taking from the bottom, bro?
Yes, take from the bottom. Let's make it top heavy, guys. Yes, David, you guys see David unfolds this, pulls out like what appears to be almost like a long wallet, but unfolds it. There's a variety of different things in there, and he seems to just whip out 2 tools and begins to...
Is this normal for your line of work? Oh, careful! Look at the other side. Look at the other side.
Goodness.
Yes, in my line, I'm known.
Oh my goodness.
In my line of work, George, I'm known as a fixer.
A fixer? Isn't that like a drug thing?
Goodness gracious.
It appears that you might be having a bit of trouble fixing this door, wouldn't you say, David?
Now, Miss Molly, it'd be a shame if you spoke too soon and we found out how many lives that cat has missed. However, I do find a one-liner is best delivered once the task is done. And I feel it is not done at this moment.
Well, take your time. Don't want...
A bead of sweat forms on David's head as he's really working away. Success. And the door swings open without issue.
Impressive, David. Impressive.
And you guys enter and see a lavish study. This director's office seems to be pretty swanky. Again, continuing that theme of that dark wood that they've used across this place. But there's a number of shelves replete with a variety of books and manuals and different rolled up papers, perhaps like manuscripts. And there is a large window behind the sturdy desk that sits in the room. It is draped across with two red curtains at the moment. And then on the other side of the room is a large sort of painted portrait of who you assume to be A. Hartwell, the director of the Institute, standing there in a suit. Blank expression on his face, and there on the walls next to that portrait are a variety of different awards and different accomplishments, things that qualify him extremely for his role.
Isn't it odd how some people in research positions have all the luck when it comes to money, and then others, such as perhaps yourself, get the short end of the stick?
Don't I know it?
I'll put out my cigarette on the wood in the middle of the desk.
Fantastic.
Wow, he's not going to be happy when he sees that.
Put the rest of the cigarette behind my ear.
Fantastic. And you guys are left there with a room ahead of you.
That's assuming he's still around to see.
You got something against this guy?
No.
While they're talking, I'm examining the room for where a key card might be. Yeah.
David's just like gone past. You see like points of note across the room. Beyond what's already been brought up is the desk is covered with different papers and files. There's like some personal items of the directors, like a photo on the desk, a calendar, basic documents, and then there also appears to be a number of locked drawers that are a part of the desk. But other than that, nothing stands out information-wise.
Is there a safe in this room? Would a director keep their key card in a safe? Would they take their key card with them to go home?
Potentially.
These are all questions going through Molly's mind.
Always.
Did we pass any administrative offices on the way over other than this executive office?
There was the administrative secretary's office.
One of the doors, yeah.
That's probably where the key cards are given out.
You think that they keep all the key cards in one place, or does each individual person keep their own key card?
Now, I find, and I'm going to interject in the conversation, but while I'm speaking, I'm clearing up all the papers on the desk, like organizing to see if there's a key card under the paper, but also like trying to glean information from us there. Different key cards can give you different access, and I think if we're here to find what I think we're here to find, we're going to need top clearance, so this could be the place.
And what do you think we are here to find, David?
Well, the fact that I don't think any of us know exactly what it is, it says so much. Because sometimes when people don't say anything, that's all you need to hear. And with that one-liner, I'd put the last stack of paper neatly on the desk.
As you do go through those papers, you don't find a key card upon the desk, but you see some general notes about like reviews of the daily operations, lots of correspondence from a variety of researchers that are reaching out and looking for jobs, or people who are already within the facility sort of requesting or proposing different projects to research. The only one that specifically stands out is somebody at the facility has like requested to sort of return to high energy research. As you can see, there's a request regarding making use of the decommissioned reactor again.
Are there any paintings in this room?
Yeah, there is the large portrait of Dr. Hartwell himself upon the wall amongst his accomplishments and achievements and plaques.
Molly's going to walk up to the painting and just brush up on it, brush the frame in the bottom if there's a plaque on it, kind of get a sense on if there's any dust that's been displaced, any weird vibes from the painting itself, any sense that there may be a thing behind it, a safe.
And so specific. You guys see just Molly walks over, runs a finger along the bottom of the frame for the portrait, and pushes a finger in. And you see the frame swings open after you press part of its frame, revealing a safe in the wall.
Oh.
And I'll pretend as though I knew exactly that was going to happen and just go ahead and get a sense on what kind of lock mechanism this safe.
It is a dial lock that is likely to require, several numbers, probably between 3 to 5, perhaps.
Well,
Somebody such as yourself wouldn't necessarily have any experience cracking safes.
I've done locks and I've done many safes in my time as well.
Well then, who am I to interpose?
Yeah.
while he starts doing the safe, I'm going to start looking around the room to see if I can find any numbers that we might be able to use for this safe, like important dates, his kid's birthday, that sort of thing.
Fantastic. Well, in this case, since you guys are working together to achieve a goal, I'll get you both to pull one from the tower as a shared effort. And if there is, which means since it's a shared effort, if there is a fall, damage will not be so bad directed upon one person. It might be shared against 2.
Just the men, yes?
Yeah, as you stand back, you're like, I've done the work of revealing it. Molly sits back.
Would you like to
Sits
go
on the
first?
edge of the
You've
desk,
already
crosses a leg,
half taken out this one.
Yeah, I don't want to go first.
scritches bow, watching the men at work.
Those tail flicks up out of the chair, out of the bag. And we see David sets to listening very carefully as he turns the dial one click at a time, listening for any shifts, any sort of clicks, any sound that the mechanisms inside might be making in response to his movement of the dial. Meanwhile, we have George going around, takes the framed picture of Dr. Hartwell and his children and his wife off of the desk, takes a look at the date and the details that might be written on the back, takes a look through his calendar, goes across a variety of different images and documents in the room, and ultimately, after both of you putting your efforts together, I will take one tension token for that. As David, you hear clicks specifically only on a few of the sort of earlier numbers on the dial, but in different directions. And so you call the numbers out to George to keep an eye out for. They're 1, 4, 7, and 9. And George, keeping that in mind with the dates that you've checked across the place, you find a framed photo of the Institute and presumably all the researchers that were at its founding, with the date that it was sort of opened publicly and finished being built, 1947. David, taking that, goes back and forth. 1, 9, 4, 7. And the safe is opened to you guys. And inside you see a couple of sort of manila folders with different paper in it of some sort. And there is a little manila envelope in there as well.
All right. You gonna reach in, or should I?
I'll reach in, and then I would kind of grab all of them, arrange them nicely, kind of thing, and then I would pass out just as many envelopes so we all evenly have them, and we can dig in.
Fantastic. Yeah, you hand a file to George and a file to Molly, and you take the envelope itself. Opening it up, inside you find a note. It is signed by somebody named Nancy, and it says, just don't lose any more. And it's several backup key cards.
Well, happy birthday to us. And then I'd give us all a card.
Yes. There's
Molly, George.
Meanwhile, your files have latest reports on what has been garnered so far from the latest sort of experimentation and studies into the object that they discovered. It is noted in these files simply as the cube. There is a listed description of some nondescript, reflective metallic cube, and the latest reports are discussing sort of experimentation that has been done in regard to sort of electromagnetic forces, as they've noticed that it seems to create some sort of interference when machines that use electricity and rely on it tend to malfunction to some degree or not work as well as they grow in proximity towards the cube. And there are notes in there about wondering about what possibilities this might have for sort of like use in energy, or there's even notes in the director's hand himself about sort of military potential. But yeah, that is what's in these files.
It's always the military.
There's always someone footing the bill. What do you say we go back to Miss Darwin and let her know we've got our cards?
Oh, do we need an extra for her?
Do we have an egg?
Yeah, was there an extra?
No, there's enough for you guys.
Well, we'll have to keep guard for her and keep her safe.
Unless we can hold the door for her like a true gentleman would.
Well, after you, Miss Molly.
Thank you, David. Walk through the door.
Meow.
Fantastic. You guys head out into the reception and find Cassidy at the terminal still. But as she hears you guys return, she turns around. Fantastic. Did you find what we were looking for? Keycard?
We found key cards, yeah.
Fantastic. So, yes, I've done some initial looking, and it appears that so the emergency systems are active throughout the facility, which means the backup generator is currently the one supplying power, and it's doing so on a limited basis, so lots of systems are inaccessible. I was still able to take a look at CCTV footage throughout the ground floor, as well as basements 1 and 2. It's hard to explain, but she gestures to the terminal screen, and you can see a bunch of different little squares. That is the footage for each camera, and they're marked with different camera numbers, and you can see that each and every one is turned into a wall. Yes, and due to the emergency procedures, unfortunately, moving the cameras is not considered super essential. They're supposed to be at stationed positions, so I'm not able to move them from here, but on the second basement level, there is a security operations center. If we can get down there, then I should be able to make more happen, so to speak.
All right.
From here, I can access some intercoms. I've tried to speak out into multiple rooms and areas and haven't received any response.
I'm going to, without asking for any permission, walk over and click on whatever transmission radio thing may, like, speakerphone, whatever is going on through the intercom.
Yeah. To hear?
Yeah.
Yes, so you go over and you press down on a button on the intercom device.
I listen.
You listen. You hear distant beeping. And beyond that, at the moment, you just hear sort of steady rushing of air, perhaps.
Now, Miss Darwin, is that a usual noise to hear on the intercom?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say usual. It's probably just the sort of HVAC systems I would propose. But yes, the sort of heating, ventilation. I would assume, unless it's someone just standing really close to the intercom and breathing on it, but not responding or something.
Does it sound like there's a rhythm to that susurrus?
After waiting long enough, it does seem to be a repetitive flow of air. Something. It does seem like an in and out, back and forth. Yes, they're very strange.
Does Bo react? Like twitch in whiskers, a twitch in the ear, a flick of the tail?
Not in this moment, no.
Swishing?
Yes, well, now that you've got the key cards, I suppose we could, you should have access to the service elevator, as well as the stairwell, if you'd prefer stairs.
Now it seems like a lot of the electrical stuff's going to be on the fritz, so I personally would prefer to use the stairs.
Of course, 2 steps forward. Let's go to B2.
Yes, well, actually, it'd be B1.
B1.
Yes, and I will, actually, looks like that. Before you go down, there's another wing that we haven't stopped by, the conference wing. There is a records room there. I can grab you guys a blueprint.
Of the facility?
Yes, there should be blueprints of all the floors there, but I know that the 3rd floor is rather old and the 4th is rather new, so...
Why didn't you mention this before? Let's go.
Busy with the terminal. Anyway, yes, she gets up and leads the way down the sort of opposite to the executive corridor, the whole left sort of portion of this ground level, and takes you down a similar long hall, but this side seems to have several board rooms and conference rooms with these sort of glass doors to them, and eventually she gets you down to one that just says records on the front. She swings it open and begins looking across different shelves and says, right, here it is, C6, pulls out a few blueprints, and she's like, yes, as I expected. Looks like we've only got the ground floor to B2 available at the moment, but perhaps since B3 is a little bit older and B4 is a little bit newer, there will be more access on other floors, but it seems that they've only kept these here.
Fantastic. Do you mind if we take these blueprints with us?
Yes, certainly. And here is a little handout for our players, though it may not be visible to the viewers.
A handout. Oh, there you are.
Yes, so that's the reception atrium, and then there should be, yes, close up, get the close up.
Not blurry at all.
Not at all.
Crystal clear.
And then...
So where we entered was over
to this area.
Oh, those are 2 floors. I see.
Yes, reception and basement level 1. Let's see. I think I actually have... Sorry, I'm going to grab basement level 2 for you.
What other records do they happen to keep in this record room? Would you know, Cassidy?
Just a variety of records. I would have to sort of dig through them by hand, or I can search things on the terminal, anything that may have been logged, but just general information, details on the building, old records about, who's done installations, old paperwork, accounting paperwork, it's all sorts.
I'm going to, again without permission, walk in and... What kind of organization system do they use? Am I able to find the most recent set of records that have been logged?
It looks like they are sort of, the shelves are arbitrarily labeled. There's like sections A through D and numbers 1 through 10. So it's, unless you want to start digging through documents one by one, you wouldn't have an easy time discovering exactly how the organizing is done.
I'm going to keep digging.
Okay. You dig through them. You quickly discover that they don't seem to be organized exactly by recency in general. I mean, different sections are. They have sort of older to newer, but only within that section of information. So checking the C6, you get a lot of details about the construction of the facility and different dates that different things happened. We're able to find out that the reactor chamber here is like on the 3rd basement level. It seems to have been built sometime in the mid to early 50s, but there's like quick notes after that of it being decommissioned, and mentions like notes stapled to these sections about the sort of nuclear fuel needed being too costly. So it was quickly shut down and turned around to different focuses.
I wonder if they have any of that nuclear fuel still kicking around.
Thank you so much, Miss Darwin. Now, did anyone else have access to these blueprints? Because I can tell there's quite a lot of sensitive information here that you wouldn't want falling into the wrong hands, and we're here to be somewhat of a cleanup crew, if you will, so...
Anybody who works at the facility would have regular access to them.
Fantastic. Well, then I suppose we should be off. Hey, crew? George and Molly?
I suppose so.
Fantastic. Unless you have a specific desire for me to come along, which I certainly can, I was thinking that I could probably stay at the security desk. If you could manage to turn some of those cameras around, I could sort of contact you through the intercoms and let you know if anything changes that I might see in the system, guide you beyond what the blueprints might show.
You'd be able to reach us. Anyway, we'd be able to reach you.
There would be certain intercom areas throughout the floors. If you can find your way to one along the walls in various rooms, and there should just be panels that you'll be able to see. I don't know if they're marked on the blueprints. They should be. They're just devices installed. So.
All right.
I'll be able to speak through them, and you'll be able to speak back and hear through them.
All right.
Thank you kindly.
After you.
Of course. And then I lead the way in a really professional way, especially in a way that indicates I'm clearly trying to impress Molly.
Mm-hmm. Yes. As you go, yeah.
Maybe a little butt wigglers.
Fantastic. Yeah. You guys go, and she begins to do her slow steps back to the security desk. As you guys sort of part ways from her at the security checkpoint that leads to the service elevator and stairwell.
Remind me, George,
Mm-hmm.
as I thread my arm through your elbow. What is it that you do that brings you into this team?
Well, I'm an archaeologist and was part of the team that discovered the cube.
You don't say. Now that must have been quite the story.
Well, we didn't have it very long before the people at Norbridge decided to kick us out.
Oh, of course. The higher-ups do have a tendency to stick their nose into things that they... perhaps... situations that don't belong to them. How do we say that?
Sticking their nose in other people's business, so to speak.
Close enough.
Right.
So how come you are here now?
Well, my best guess is this whole situation has something to do with the cube.
What makes you think that?
Because they wouldn't have contacted me otherwise.
So they contacted you.
They did.
Who's they?
Well, Norbridge, or the people who own them.
The people that own them.
Yeah. How did you get this job?
Something similar.
Exactly. I find sometimes in life and business, it's a good idea to keep your friends close, if you will, and other types a little closer.
I think I know that full saying, and I'm not sure which one I am.
Well, the night's young. We'll find out soon.
David says he swipes a key card, opening a door to the stairwell, and you guys begin your descent down a echoey concrete spiraling stair that goes down for a surprising amount of time. It takes you a few minutes to descend before you come to the first door and see the trouble down the next set of stairs, where going further down leads to a pile of rubble. From the best you can tell, there is the next set of stairs ends in sort of a caved-in wall, and you can't see beyond from this landing.
Well, that's not good.
Not a nuclear disaster, though.
I sure hope not.
So we're probably all right. Continue walking.
Fantastic. You guys step out of the stairwell onto the first basement level.
At any point during my initial investigation of the cube, did we have any sort of equipment that would indicate that it was radioactive?
All of the, you would have had such equipment, but the readings were inconsistent, showing both no response and then plenty of response other times.
Okay.
It's uncertain.
It made your equipment go on the fritz, if you will.
Yeah, which is why I'm not so willing to take the elevator.
What do we see? Do we go through a door? Is this where we're at?
Yeah. You guys step out of the stairwell and into the hallway around the service elevator, where you guys are able to step out onto the first basement level, the floor plan with the data archives and computer data processing. As you guys immediately step out into the hallway, you see the sort of front wall that leads into the data archives, and you have a hallway to your right and left. You know, the going to the right would lead you to the wet labs, and going to your left would lead you towards the medical area.
I'd like to take a look at the wet labs.
You know what, George? I think you're onto something there. I'd also like to join you in the wet labs.
Fantastic. You guys step out and begin walking towards the wet labs, and you see the long hallway where the number of them are all lined up, one door after the other, with sort of frosted glass walls around each different lab.
Is there any sort of indicator whether or not there's a biohazard inside, or?
You see that there are lights, signal indicators above each of the doors for the labs, and two of them appear to be on. You can see that labs, Lab 1 and Lab 3. Lab 1 and Lab 3 are signaling as unsafe.
Biohazard? Or just unsafe?
It's just one light that flashes red, so that's not good.
Going to try and get a sense if there's anything visible through the frosted window.
You going to which one are you checking? Just
The first one, room 1.
Lab 1.
Mm-hmm.
Look inside. You can't make out a whole lot beyond the shapes of like desk, sort of like surfaces. You presume there's equipment. There's nothing that stands out as particularly bright or large or moving or shaped significantly.
Any splotches on the floor that might indicate a body that's been splayed out?
No, not that you can tell in Lab 1.
I think following Molly, I would go to lab. Is 5 the last one? Yeah, I'd go down to lab 5.
Yeah.
And
As you're doing that, I'll take out my camera and take a picture of the entire hallway and noting which lights were on, making sure that's in frame.
Fabulous.
I'd go to lab 5. I'd like knock on the door and tongue-in-cheek kind of be like, honey, I'm home. Is anyone here? And just kind of like knock to see if there's anything.
You give the knock, and you don't see any splotches. You don't get any response.
Got nothing. Molly, any luck over there?
No.
No. Well,
How about you?
if we keep going door by door, I'm sure we'll join together eventually.
Why don't we go into one of the labs that doesn't say it's unsafe?
Sure.
Oh, but where's the fun in that?
Just want to
I'm
check out.
teasing. I'm teasing.
No,
Sorry.
You seem like a woman who's had a lot of luck in her life, so.
Oh.
If I can ask you a question,
Mm-hmm.
pick a number, any number.
4.
Room 4 it is.
Let's go over to the door for wet lab room 4. Do you take the handle and
Open the door.
open it? And you see, this lab. There's a sort of surface over onto the side, very white clinical area. You can see that there's a number of glass instruments and tubes sitting upon the desk there. One of them is sort of green and fizzing to some degree, lightly. Other than that, you see, there appears to be a burner that's been left on, and nothing else in this room particularly speaks out to you as notable at first glance.
Nothing looks like it's been left in a hurry. Any emergency response kits that may have been removed as part of an emergent evacuation plan.
The fact that a burner is still on strikes you as odd, as though it's been left in a hurry or somebody's attention was drawn elsewhere. But there is nothing that is particularly out of place in this room beyond the burner being left on and the chemicals being left out.
Doesn't smell like rotten eggs in here, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I don't suppose they were expecting to have guests.
Few of us ever are. And with that, I would try to go to Wet Lab 2 and leapfrog over the red light. And specifically in that room, once I'm in there, I'd like to look up at the ceiling for any like vents or ventilation systems.
Yeah, for sure. You crack open the door to Wet Lab 2 and check upward, and you can see that there is a very intricate setup of ventilation for these rooms. It seems like very strong and intentional, leads to somewhere different from where the rest of the ventilation for other rooms might lead. And it doesn't appear to be doing anything particular at the moment. Doesn't unfortunately, these ones are not super sizable. They're probably more similar to two-bow size than two-person sized. But yes, they do have ventilation. At this lab, you do see some shattered glass upon the ground as you just open the door and check inside. You see that some glass instrument or container seems to have been dropped or knocked over.
I'll approach quietly behind David and seemingly out of the blue, I'll say, "It occurs to me that if there was some sort of an emergency that may have involved some sort of medical disaster, that the medical rooms or the triage room or perhaps even the isolation room may be a good place to look, wouldn't you think?"
Beauty and brains, Miss Molly.
You flatter.
And with that, I would just kind of shut the door behind me, kind of noting what I saw, and I'd probably go towards down the hall towards the treatment rooms. I think the opposite end.
I'll follow up behind, and as they both enter this hallway, I'll snap another photo.
Make sure to get my good side.
Snap another photo.
Fantastic.
I take a photo of the cat as well.
All you see in the photo is just like eyes.
You guys have a bit of fun as you stroll down the hall, snap these pictures, and
Right in the mood somehow.
you two are stopped in your tracks by David's arm stretched out as you guys reach the end of the hall. And you all follow your gaze to where David is looking, and you see the triage room to your left. Outside the door, there's a man in a lab coat standing, staring at the tiny little window in the door. His hands, face covered in scratches of some sort.
Inside the room.
In the hallway with you, staring into the room.
Staring into the room, so he doesn't notice us.
He's not looking at you.
I'll raise the camera once again.
Well, we've been making quite the noise. I've been laughing. He hasn't reacted to our approach clearly, so Molly's going to take a step forward and
You get closer, you see this man, older gentleman, hair graying, balding on top, standing there, hunched posture, neck forward, unflinching, unmoving from the window to the room ahead of him.
no reaction to my approach, sound of feet, my clearing of a throat.
No reaction.
Excuse me, sir. Can you hear us?
Okay, sweetheart.
He doesn't move.
Stand back there for a moment.
How is Bo reacting?
Bo's tail is
A little twitchy.
at the end. It's
Oh, okay. Suspicious.
Excuse me. I'm just gonna touch your shoulder here. Just make sure you're all right, okay?
And I'll touch his shoulder and try and turn him towards me.
You touch his shoulder and turn him towards you, and you see neutral, motionless face, but covered in these scratches, his hands and arms as well. They appear to have been, they're not freshly bloody. They are dried a little bit.
Do they look like fingernail scratches or like?
They do.
Does his nails have signs of bloody?
They do not.
So, not his own fingers, presumably. Is he breathing?
It is very shallow, but yes.
Shallow breathing. Does it match any of the rhythm on the intercom?
Yes, it does.
Matches the rhythm on the intercom.
Very slow.
I'm just gonna check his heartbeat. Put my fingers up against his neck.
You can feel it, but it is weak.
Right. This guy's not doing so good. Might be in shock. All right, so I'm gonna lay you down, okay? Just be nice and steady now, right?
Hey, sweetheart, it's okay. We're here to help.
I'll kind of take his feet out from under him and set him down on the ground.
I'll kneel down beside him and start rummaging in my bag for a sugary snack.
Yeah.
Put him on his side.
What's he looking at?
Who's who looking at? What am I looking at?
What's he looking at through the window?
Oh,
Yeah, let's actually take a look at that.
You lay
What's through the window, David?
I'll go look. What's through the window?
Molly digs around for a sweet treat to find a wrapped candy, and David takes a peek through the window, and you see that there is a sort of a table to put patients down on in this triage room, and you see that there is a figure lying down on it, partially covered by a sort of white sheet, just lying motionless. A woman, sort of long, frizzed up blonde hair, arm dangling by the side, motionless.
It's another person just on a table, unconscious, unmoving.
Any sign of breathing? I'm going to look on this person's clothing. Does it look like uniform clothes, pedestrian clothes? Does he have a name tag? Does he have a wallet?
It looks like a uniform, probably one of the ones that the researchers here would wear. And yeah, you do see he has a sort of security, like a key card, like the ones that you guys have got from the director's office. His says H. Jameson. Marks him as a researcher. Other than that, not much on his person that stands out. Pen in his pocket, wallet in the other pocket.
What's in the wallet?
Wallet's got some different cards, business cards, photo of him and his dog, fluffy little brown sort of labradoodle type. His ID, Henry Jameson.
The pulse is weak. Sweaty, cold, heavy breathing, but he was actively looking.
He is cold and dry.
How does he react to the fact that he's been manhandled to the floor?
He is seemingly not responding at all. There's very little change in
Eyes shift, or are his eyes closed?
his eyes have not shifted at all. In fact, you focusing in on them, you think you can almost see a sort of dried film over the eyes, as though they have not blinked in an excessive amount of time.
From where we are currently, can I see any of the panels to speak to
Intercom?
the intercoms? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna start with Cassidy.
You do. There is one right nearby here in the center of this whole medical section between treatment rooms 1 and 2.
Can I go push it? And then I'd like to say, Miss Darwin, are you there?
You hear click. Yes, hello. This is Cassidy. David?
Hi, Miss Darwin. We have located an individual who has suffered extreme injury in H. Jameson. We found a card on him. They were in one of the treatment rooms down
Outside the treatment room.
outside of the treatment room. And we found another individual on a bed, and we believe that the origin of the noises we heard on the intercom are coming from these individuals. Do you know anything about an H. Jameson?
Nothing in particular. I can look up some personnel files, but there was nothing urgent in emergency details or reports.
Might be helpful to know which project he was on researching.
It looks like Henry was focused on the biological analysis of a variety of samples from it doesn't say what they are specifically, it just says subjects 1 through 12 in this specimen storage vault.
It's 1 through 12 specimens storage vault.
And the med vault, that's on the same level as us, isn't it?
Yes.
Can we get into that vault?
You shouldn't have any trouble.
All right. Let's go check it out.
I'm going to stand up and just step over the body and look through the other doors. Any window or windows into the medical rooms and
Yeah, into the rooms across the medical section.
Sorry, was the lady in the isolation room or treatment room?
She's in the triage.
In the triage room, okay.
So, which room do you head to first to check through the window?
I'm going to go all the way to the isolation room.
You guys see Molly walks over to the isolation room and takes a peek through the little window. And Molly, you see 6 different people. Some of them wearing those lab coats, some of them just dressed up in dress shirts, sort of academic wear. One of them wearing the sleek, plain black of the security that works here, hired privately. You peek in through the window. Do you see all of the heads turn to look at you?
Do they all look filmy?
They do.
Something tells me that fellow on the floor belongs in this isolation room.
Why'd you say that?
Do they have scratches on their faces? I ignore his question.
They don't.
And do they react anything else other than turning to look? Were they standing? Were they sitting, lying down?
They're all standing just in the room.
Like
Still.
random directions or facing a particular direction, and so they were just like shoved in there, like they showed up and then they turned to look at me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll smile, give a little wave, and back away and look through the window for treatment room 2. Actually, no, decontamination room.
Yeah, you check the decontamination room. Mostly empty. You do see it's like actively, there are different parts of it that are actively spraying whatever decontamination solution they have, but there doesn't appear to be anybody in the room.
Any equipment?
No sort of mobile equipment that is specific to this room and used for decontamination, like hooked up to the walls.
Okay, I'll turn around and walk up to these guys.
The specimen, yeah.
Well, as you...
Not even security got away from whatever this is, by the looks of it.
Some sort of disease or something?
Maybe.
There's always a cure to any disease. And then
You speak of death?
I live it a little too. And then I give a wink to Molly.
Is this the time for flirting? Really?
Let's head over to the specimen storage vault.
God damn.
Open it up, and inside you see that there's a small bit of workspace in here. Some surfaces with different sort of microscopes and tools for dissection, and then there are 12 different sort of containment cases in here. These little glass tubes, and inside each of them is a what looks to be some sort of piece of flesh of different kinds. They are different shapes and sizes and colors, but they are sort of fleshy little shapes of sort of malleable form that are floating suspended in whatever liquid fills these tanks.
This is the specimen storage vault.
Yes.
So, what does subjects 1 through 12 look like?
They all look like those weird, like fleshy blobs. They're all different colors. Some of them are more of a pink, some are more of an orange, some gray, some long, some more balled up, some flat.
I'm gonna check out the data archives. I want to know what's going on here.
Yeah, archives back that way.
Yep.
The way we came.
George, you open the door from the specimen storage vault and go to head towards the data archives. As you take a step out, you stop yourself because you see something in your periphery. Or rather, you don't see something. You look back and Henry's no longer on the floor. And that's where we're going to end the session this time.
Henry?
Thank you for tuning in to Once Upon a Dreadful Night.
Oh, it's spooky.
Oh, it's spooky.
Spooky.